Hello, Twitch. We're live. We made it. We weren't sure. I wasn't sure anyway, because all updates make everything go weird. But we're here. Hi. And hello to all of my players who've been sitting here waiting patiently while they couldn't see anything because everything went really weird. And of course, Sky Guy jumps straight in, and he immediately does something mean to me because, of course, not all of my things are working. So just hang on. Okay, blame Sky Guy.
Oh no.
Yes. Blame Sky Guy. So Sky, you're being particularly mean today because all of my audio monitors were not working, and therefore my voice changer wasn't. No, you were all being full tilt mean. Like, start off the session this way.
Voice?
This is supposed to be the Goblin voice. I haven't tested it since Windows did updates, and I don't know. So I'm going with it anyway.
You get Eldritch Abomination this time.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't know what it sounds like. It's just so bad, and I know it. Okay, anyway.
Wait, is Volric here?
Volric is now here, yes.
Why can't I see him on this? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I have to click buttons. There we go. Buttons have been clicked, and we are doing swell. Hey, Twitch. Everything's twitching out, but that's okay. We'll be fine. So, hey, we're playing a Witchlight Carnival stuff, Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And we're playing with the Goblin voice because we have so many reasons to play with Goblin voices. And I'm trying out a stream deck for the first time today, so we're going to have some lovely new experiences today as we're playing. But I'm going to switch off of this so you actually understand what I'm saying when I tell you our recap. Okay, so Oh, okay. So Sky Guy is also playing Witchlight Carnival, and his party, way earlier than our party did, has already killed all the hags. So
are you?
I think he's throwing shade. Anyway,
are you trying to start something? Or...
So here's the thing: our party hasn't done that.
They have fled a lot.
They do flee. They do like to run away from your party. Lorna Blightstraw did that way back in Hither. Skabath the Nightshade did the same thing after you basically lit both her forest and her house on fire. And then you got to Yawn, and all three hags were together. You managed to actually dispatch of Lorna Blightstraw. You managed to completely annihilate, as far as you could tell, the bitter end. And Skabath the Nightshade seemed to have just marginally gotten away. So now you're in the Palace of Heart's Desire, which you only got there in a very unique way. The Red Brands party that you see here before you only got there in a very unique way after first meeting the Jabberwock and not really realizing how dangerous this creature was. It kind of lit a lot of the Palace of Heart Desire's front garden on fire using its eyes, and its weird blurbles that it produced from its throat really kind of stupefied Volric and Erevis for a while. But you managed to escape through Dottie convincing it that you're just not worth his time, and through some interesting persuasive moments from Scraggs, managed to meet basically the gatekeepers, the lion and the hart, or the stag, who you need to put a crown on, which you now have, to open the various doors to the building known as the Palace of Heart's Desire. So you've gone in, you've started doing a little bit of exploring, you've gone up a couple of towers, seen the vacuous void that descends into the nothingness from inside the palace. It's kind of a strange courtyard that you saw. And as you went through, you managed to free from a couple of different, what seemed like lock boxes of sorts, a couple of creatures. One of them was a Darkling Elder that you now know as Spymaster. Spymaster Hushknife, to be precise. you also have a blink dog named Winky. And Winky is a particularly joyful creature. And using Winky and some clever use of your own spellcasting abilities, you guys have been able to traverse not just the front area where there is a walking path and overlooking that the 7 towers in the middle of the void inside the Palace of Heart's Desire. You managed to bamf yourself away to a different balcony that you could not figure out access to, so you just kind of jumped across the void. And the voice is still on.
Yes. It's been on.
The goblin voice is still on?
Yes.
Not on stream, but for us.
Not on stream, but for you. That doesn't math. I don't know
I
how to
can hear
do
it on
this.
stream.
I don't understand.
Oh no, I can hear it on stream now.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Thank you. Thank you, Sky, for breaking our DM.
Yeah, you. I don't. Okay, if I'm still. Am I still goblin? Am I still a goblin?
Yeah.
You broke me, Sky. You broke me. Best spent 4,000 points ever.
That helps.
See, now, Sky, me and you have beef. Not only are you trying to diss the red brands, but you're also now dissing the DM. Give me your address.
I don't know what I'm gonna do
Give me
here.
it now.
Did
Give me your
that
address.
solve it? Please tell me that solved it. Am I still goblin?
Yeah.
But your voice is not.
You're a little bit echoey.
I don't understand the things that are going on. I just
Like,
understand. Do I see?
you
Like
know,
you
like
hear
the-
me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I don't
you know,
go.
Like, you know the way that you have like a reverb effect with the goblin voice to sort of make it sound
Okay.
like a little bit echoey.
Let's try this. Do you still hear me?
Yeah.
You're still active.
What is going on with OBS? Okay, but you can hear me. I don't need to hear myself, so that's good. And I think we got rid of that. Yay! Right.
You sound slightly auto-tuned, and it's kind of funny.
I thought
You're like a dubstepper.
I don't. Now? Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? No? Please tell me it's
No.
better. Okay. Okay, this is gonna frustrate me ever so slightly, so like on the toilet voice. That's worse. Okay, give me a moment.
Do, 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 do. Anyway, so Sky, tell me all about how your campaign is so much better than ours.
I'm trying to fix the things.
Maybe his hags just fought to the end.
Okay.
Maybe his
Why? Or Jason.
maybe his hags are weaker and pussy bitches compared to ours, who are better bitches and badder bitches.
Okay,
What is
so
called
hey,
bitter end?
can you hear me again?
Yes, you sound
Yeah.
amazing.
I sound amazing. That is a weird happenstance. Okay, okay. So if I
So
sound
succulent.
good, I am turning off goblins for a bit, so that we can play a game. Okay, so you guys entered into the last place you entered into. Yeah, they also his party apparently also burnt down witch houses. So Dottie, you have friends. Anyway, you guys managed to balcony or bamf yourself across to a different balcony and have a look inside a what looks to be like some like servants' quarters. There's beds laid out. There's bells with ropes that seem to go to some other place in the palace. Erevis, your perceptive abilities were able to detect that there was something unusual and moving around a little bit behind a cabinet. And after a little bit of hearing some things moving around in this space, sure enough, a flat, two-dimensional like humanoid wearing all brown garb, and it looks like a tux and tails shirt kind of steps out flat and this kind of fills up and said, okay, that's quite enough. And then as this is where we're picking up, as he looks at you, Erevis, and then realizes that you're not alone. It's like, oh. And then immediately seems to like flatten again from a three-dimensional version of himself, which was already very stick-like in stature. Flatten himself again, and he just kind of seems like a sheet of paper flipped down underneath the door that you're right beside.
Can I attempt to stop him from doing that and grab him?
You could try. Go ahead, roll it out. See if you can. Let's get our first roll of the game. Let's get that set up here.
Dex.
And I gotta get this properly set up here too.
I guess.
So it is. Oh dear. Here we go. There we go. Let's get that to roll up in here so we can see the things. That is this button and then that button. That should be arriving here imminent-like. Alrighty. So, with athletics, yeah. Interestingly enough, it's hard to grasp paper when it just suddenly appears in front of you unexpectedly, and paper seems particularly dexterous today as it flips underneath this door. The rest of your party may not have actually even seen this.
I will inform everybody of it and attempt to get through this door.
Alright. You can fairly quickly open up that door without any hassle, so let's open up said door for you, shall we? Alright. And as you open up the door, what you see in here is this open kitchen space, got a round wall to the right-hand side. But what you also see kind of prominently in this space is a... just by opening the door, the first thing you see is a table with a tall cake on it. A number of pixies kind of floating, seemingly floating around it, but frozen in time as the other creatures you have already seen in the Palace of Heart's Desire, seemingly frozen in time. But they're all wearing like chef's hats, and they've got like cloth tubes that they're squeezing icing out onto the cake with. The red candles all up and down the side of this cake. Second thing you notice immediately after the cake is this large vine that seems to kind of protrude from behind the round wall and coil a little bit around as at like the end of this thing, towards the kind of wrapping around the cake. And then stepping into this space, the next thing you see immediately is this cart beside you with 3 giant rats. Again, frozen in time, laid out on top of it. But no paper.
Can I try and get a bite of that cake?
You can always walk straight in. But before you go all the way in there, the rest of your party is still in that the servants' quarters. What are the rest of you guys doing in there?
I told them about
Oh,
the paper man, and I'll say there's a delicious looking cake and a bunch of pixies in here. And what are these again?
These are, where are we looking?
These rat things.
Oh yeah, giant rats. That's what they are. They look like giant rats.
And a bunch of giant
I think
rats.
I'll pass. And I'm going to check out this door.
Sure. So, as you guys all begin exploring various different directions, you open up a double door here, and what you see coming out this doorway is a kind of a walkway, a palisade that kind of curves towards. And now you can see it. It curves towards the tower with the open top that the stag is in. And so you could walk and there's a door right to the back of the tower that the stag never told you about, but
Motherfucker!
Because of all of the brush and trees that are actually in his tower, in the Stag's tower, you didn't even know there was a door in there to ask about.
To be fair, he might not know either.
No, that stag knows. He just doesn't answer questions that you don't pose the question to, you know what I mean? He'll be that ass will be like, I know there's ice cream in the fridge, but no one's asked me if there's ice cream in the fridge. So I'll just keep it there until someone asks.
But you do see this palisade, and there's, aside from the fact that there's a walkway here that you could have used to get in here, there's not much else to look at except for the outside gardenscape that still has those scorch marks from the Jabberwock.
Well, at least we have our exit.
True. While Dottie is still flying,
That's right.
I would like to hop over here and see what this walkway is.
Well, now you've already been up that walkway. That's how you got your Blink Dog Winky.
Oh, got it. Okay, never mind. What about, if I were to fly, like, over here?
If you were to fly, well, let's see here. If you were to fly, I lost where you're
She's
flying
just, like,
to.
flying above the lightning.
Yeah, so you're flying above this cloud voidless area. That's what you were looking at, Scrags? I was like, what happened to you? Anyway, okay, so, yeah. Interactions around us, right? Anyway, so, yeah, you start kind of flying around, and you can see there is a tower there, but there you don't see any point of entry kind of floating around this space. You'd have to continue to go flying around. How long does fly last?
I think, like, 10 minutes? Let me
Okay.
check.
Well, it's only been about a minute since you cast it, so you're okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take advantage of while it lasts and I'm gonna
Sure.
fly around and scope out the place.
All right, so you start, and I'm going to just kind of describe this as you go around. You stop me when you're like, I don't want to do that, or I want to look at that, or something like that. Okay, so as you continue to fly around this tower, you do see the you get around to the other side. There is another tower, and you do see a walkway access to it as well. How to get to that walkway? That's a question mark. But you do see another walkway there. But then you also get around to the other side, and there's something else that seems particularly odd. At the back end of this large tower, it's like one spire up the middle, and then these 7 extra towers around the outside. As you kind of get yourself worked around, you see that there is a section of the main spire of the tower that is just like suspended in explosion. Everything is just exploding outward, and you see a statuesque humanoid being like it's like somebody's frozen. Well, it's frozen in time. A camera shot of him being thrown backwards through the wall through this explosion, and he's just suspended above the void in this frozen state. Whoever this humanoid is.
Does he move at all if I try to shift him?
You go up to him to have a look at him. Let's describe him for you, shall we? That's all the way over here. Finding it. Okay. Among the debris, you see. So he's an armored knight of some sort with a sword in one hand and a shield in his arm, looking like he's been thrown backwards. He does not budge.
Okay. So, is there like a room behind?
There is. There is. Okay, so that gets me to... that's all right. So I
wanted to take advantage of flying.
That's right. I'm actually going to switch over to Erevis. Erevis, for a brief moment while I'm also looking this up. Erevis, while Dottie's flying around outside, unbeknownst to you, you are about to taste a cake.
I'm gonna try and get that cake.
So you get to take a finger of icing, or like, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna make sure I'm not dealing with anything magical with an Arcana check.
Sure.
It'll be amazing because I'm very good at Arcana. 11.
11. All right. So with an Arcana check of 11, let's see here. Okay. Doesn't seem like there's anything specific. I mean, the pixies around seem like they've been suspended by some form of magic. You've already kind of detected that from seeing another fairy earlier on that was in the same kind of state. But the cake itself doesn't appear to have anything magically infused in it.
Does the cake at least look good?
Oh yeah, it is. Let's see here. It is about. It looks like it's made of like a sponge cake. There's some fruit adorning it, and there's largely white icing, red candles all the way up. It's about like, and it's massive. It's like 8 tiers of cake. So it's taller than you, but it's sitting on the table.
Okay, wow. I'll inform. Where will I?
I'm checking
Yeah,
out these
I'll tell
rats.
Volric that I have a cake, and I'm willing to share, and I'll start slicing into it.
Now Scraggs is in the other room too. So Scraggs, what are you doing throughout all of this?
I'm just watching Dottie go for a fly.
Okay.
I didn't know that she could fly, so I'm kind of wondering. Wait, she's a halfling?
She is a flying halfling at the moment.
I'm a halfling. Can I fly? And I will just step onto the ledge ever so.
Now she's also disappeared around the corner, so you can't see her anymore, and neither can anybody else see you.
Well, I'll pull down my cloak, air myself out, and then pull it back up again with the fact that no one can see me and walk in.
Okay. You now step back into the servants' quarters, and all you see are those beds lined up around that round wall with the bells. You see a couple of other tables and other like linens that have been kind of laid out in this space. Looks like whoever was working in here was probably putting together the next change of laundry for everything in the building. You do see a door to your left open, and Erevis straddling a large vine towards a cake. And Volric is in this space with you now too.
Volric is okay. Volric is in this space, not in here with me. I'm gonna go into the bed and I'll ring a little bell.
All right. Ding. And what you realize as you're ringing this bell, there is a rope that seems to be attached that would normally be used to engage the bell. So in order for you to ring the bell, you basically just kind of have to stick your finger up inside it and go with the. I don't remember what part of the bell is that hits the inside. So I was going to call it something unfortunate, but and I see you, Abby. I just like losing it. Anyway,
the maturity of like a 5-year-old.
Yep. So you could ring the bell, but it doesn't seem to have any impact because the thing that usually engages it disappears someplace else in the palace.
Well, until someone requires the attention of a halfling, or what are you eating? Until that, I'm going to take a nap, or at least I'm going to lie down on the bed.
It's fairly comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too lumpy, not too hot. It's just right.
There you go.
For a halfling. So yeah, that's me.
All right. So that's going back over to Erevis for a moment.
Okay.
Big ol' handful or a little taste of the icing?
You eat.
He's gonna slice off a decent, just nice looking thing, and he'll ask, can blink dogs eat cake? As he'll take it out.
All right. So as you take out your dagger, because there's no real other implements in the area right now to do it with, and start slicing yourself out a piece of cake, and tasting it. It's a sponge cake, and it tastes pretty darn good actually, as far as cakes go. I mean, it's been a long time since you had cake. It's very considering compared to everything else you've been eating for the past month, which frankly has been mostly rations. This is really sweet. really, really sweet. But good as far as cake goes. And Winky is still kind of just. I mean, he's around you. He's kind of attached himself to you, and he's just kind of sitting, looking at the giant rats on the table nearby.
I am also looking at these rats.
Sure. And what are you looking at these rats for?
They aren't scurrying or anything. They're just fucking chilling, right?
They're not even chilling. They're frizzing. They seem to be deanimated, is the way I'm going to call it. Deanimated.
I'm gonna try and pick one up.
It doesn't move.
Ugh, great. Another one of those fucking freezy things. And I'm going to investigate the rest of the room.
All right. And so you
Like, doo-doo-doo.
stepping around or on vines, or do you care? What are you doing?
I'm walking around vines.
Okay.
I'm a ranger. I don't want to fuck with nature at this place. Are you kidding me?
All right. So while you're all doing this lovely little cake tasting and investigation, or snoozing, as you are, Dottie's flying around in a completely different spot, and you get to this little break in the wall and just kind of peek in, and what you see is this expansive throne room. See here, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 60 feet in diameter, all that you can, that opens up in front of you. And you can see that the towers seem to have accesses from this throne room in this space as well. Let's see here. There is a set of stairs that you see off to your left that actually extends upwards, but you do also see a ring of marble pillars sculpted with images of fairies and demons, and they're supporting the arched top of this ceiling. Actually, hang tight. This is... I might be looking at the wrong one here. I am totally looking at the wrong one here. No, because of where you're flying in higher. So you're actually flying into the second level. So kind of flying into this space, what you see is splinters of wood with some loose papers. And what you see is on the ground, kind of beside the explosion, is 2 pieces of shattered horn of some sort, like a battle horn. Whatever caused all of this splinters of wood and papers and such to be this way, and the stony debris obviously blew apart the side of this tower. And that human knight, he's got a very thick mustache. Think like colonial South Carolina thick mustache kind of thing, blown backwards through this jagged hole. And the helm has some feathery wings that adorn it as well on this knight.
Interesting. Dottie will appreciate the mustache. Is there a way to get to like the lower level from this room?
You do see a stairwell that would help you get down, but before you get to that point, roll me a perception check.
Where's my perception? There's
3.
3.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you could definitely use the stairs to get down if you wanted to.
Before I do that...
There's also some stairs that go up too.
Okay. I'll be responsible, and I'll message Erebus.
Okay.
And be like,
How far? What's the
"Hey!"
range on message again?
I think 100 feet. I can double check.
120 feet.
'Kay.
I believe.
120.
Okay.
Hey, I'm exploring some stuff, flying around. I thought I would tell you just in case I die, but yeah.
Is message respondable?
You can respond to this message.
You did
is
hear
it
it.
mental or do I talk?
It's meant. Ooh, that's a great question. Dottie, how does your message work?
So I like to think that since Dottie is very like bright and kind of over the top, that there's almost like a little dinging sound inside your head before she speaks. So like ding ding ding.
I
Mind
I
the
would
gap.
go to-
Okay.
I would like to go the opposite direction, where you know when royalty begins to speak, they play the little trumpet.
there
Go,
you go. Yeah.
hello, bitch. Here's the deal.
So, all right. So Erebus, you get this little ding in your head, which I'm gonna say you're probably fairly familiar with now. And you can respond.
Erebus responds with a mouthful of cake. Yeah. I'm eating some cake. I'll be right there. And I'll start moving with my... I assume I have some sort of, like, tin plate that I eat my rations off of.
Sure.
That I'm just eating... I'll make my way out.
Okay. Volric, as you're Erebus, as you start making your way out, you note that Scraggs is currently curled up on a bed. Scraggs, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, goodness.
So Scraggs is up here with.
No, he's still in the servants'
I was
quarters
gonna say,
sleeping.
I walked up that direction.
Yeah,
so-
Scraggs is already sound asleep. Scraggs, you started yourself a long rest.
Aww.
Oh, I'm not going to get the benefit of a long rest, am I?
But
Can I get the benefit of a short rest?
you get the benefit
How
of
deeply is he sleeping?
then I think Erebus is about to decide this for you. He's obviously fallen asleep, and he's not drooling yet. You've seen Scraggs in his sleep. If he gets onto his side, he has the occasion sometimes to
Okay,
be caught
Erebus
drooling.
has resisted temptations, so he will not mess with him as much. But he will,
Spirit Guardians.
if I hadn't rolled so high on my wisdom save, I would have done something silly.
You can mess with me if you want. Just realizes that there'll be tit for tat. There will be consequences.
Right?
Yeah, but
Would you
that's
be
the thing.
asleep?
Erebus doesn't want to do those things. He just
You do.
sometimes
There's a
have to.
difference. Okay.
You would be asleep, so how would you know?
Am I really asleep,
He'll
or am I
just-
just?
Yeah, that's all Erebus
You
will do.
passed
He'll
out.
just peek
You
underneath.
passed
That's why I was
out.
asking this Constitution save. You are definitely actually asleep.
You
That's
are
what
passed
you
the
and the
hell out.
DM think.
No.
In reality.
No. In reality, Scraggs is sitting there like you know when dogs drink.
How do you
they're
know
like,
that's not my duplicate? And I'm just hiding so he.
I already
You're just
know what he
sitting there.
is because I got that true sight at one point.
You did, yeah. Volric.
But I'll still just like his hood fell off. Just peel it back and just leave it like that.
Okay.
If I need him
Can I
to do a
make
sleight of hand,
some?
I will.
Is my god going to intervene?
I would like you to roll a... This is going to be against your passive perception. So what is your passive perception, Scraggs? And yes, sleight of hand.
Passive perception is
4 billion.
14.
14.
4 billion.
You wake him up.
Oh,
I will say I do have a cloak of Elvenkind.
So then
That-
use... Does
that doesn't
Cloak of
affect your sleight of hand.
Nope, only
Yeah,
your
but I'm
stealth.
kind of trying to be sneaky.
Not gonna go for it. It's a sleight of hand thing for sure, so...
I rolled a 3.
I wake
love
up
it.
and hold a spiritual weapon to his throat.
You're actually casting
Wow.
spiritual
Is actually
weapon?
Cast spiritual weapon.
No, I'm not going to waste the slot on you.
It's...
Uh,
He just
Oh.
Scraggs jumps up and holds something. It looks like he's holding something to your throat, though nothing seems to appear there. I wonder if he ever got an invisible
and I
dagger at
will
some
go back
point.
to sleep.
I am
go
much
back to
taller
sleep.
than him, so I'll just stand up.
I'll go back to sleep.
It's much out here.
Savage.
All
What
right.
do you want? Hey, you smell funny.
I'll look around. None of our companions are in the room, right?
Just the two of you.
I'll just sit at the foot of the bed and say,
I know what you
so why don't you tell anyone you're a goblin?
You smell funny. You smell sweet. What did you do?
Oh, and a half-eaten cake I'll put on the little thing at the end of his
completely
bed.
ignores the question.
Oh.
I have to
Right.
ask, why is it that you don't tell anyone you're a goblin?
Oh, a goblin?
Oh, please.
No one told me that.
I saw
Alright,
all
wait,
of you
wait.
like you were naked as the day you were born with True Sight. Actually, that was kind of odd.
Alright, roll an insight and I'll tell.
Ah, okay.
I know that you're not a goblin.
No,
I
I'll
saw
tell
it. That's not how this works.
Information.
Information's key in the world, Erebus.
Yeah.
I rolled a
I'll give you
12.
some. Well, I'm my tribe isn't very nice, and my mum, she tried to eat me, and that had a little of an effect on me, and I ran away, and I became one of those little sea creatures. What are they called? You know, the ones with the spikes. What are they? They're very
Varric is
famous
not
in
there.
pasta. They're very famous in pasta. What are they?
A...
Yes, that's it. I became one of them. And so, well, I knows. I was treated very bad. And I robbed something from someone. This coin. And as a result, hold on. As a result, well, she makes me do things. And I has no choice. And she don't like goblins. And look at what she makes me wear. And I'll pull down and show the wig and the makeup and the stockings.
Wait,
Oh my.
what?
I can't be seen
You better
doing
describe that.
this.
What?
It's been a hot second since any of
I
these
don't
people
know
have
if I
heard
ever
this.
have been
So-
I've
there.
never heard this.
Oh, you have, Dottie.
Oh,
Erebus
no?
might not have. The people who were around to hear this would have been people like Elred and Shimo, and
Oh my
and
God.
you.
I think I rolled too low though, and I think I got silenced.
I
Oh,
came
that's
in
right too.
third.
Yeah. Okay, so
I don't know.
Go ahead and describe us, Grace.
Like this. I'm just after posting a picture to.
Put it in roll. Okay, so yeah. God. I need to see if I can get that
Something
into.
like this.
That's what Scrags looks like.
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Something like that. But I have to wear a wig. I have to wear makeup. I have
For-
to wear.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
those who can't see this in Twitch, I want you to picture, if you recall, the 1980s classic Gremlins and the effeminate version of the Gremlin with thick, bright, bloody red lipstick, eyeshadow that
Eyeshadow.
paints over even the green skin, and a buxom cow print bikini.
Yeah.
I will.
I mean,
I will
I don't
say-
have the cow bikini, but I've got I've got the costume that a beautiful goddess would wear. Has to be red, and I've got my hair and I've frizzled, and I have to wear like knee-high stockings. I have to wear
see-
high heels, so that's why I kind of clip around a little bit.
You see Aravis's eyebrow almost like leave his head.
Oh
gosh.
no!
There it is. Yep.
I
That's the
saw
one.
that. Oh gosh.
So we can't see it when you turn off your camera, though, Volric. You got to keep your camera on.
No! Right, okay, hold on. I will.
And your green screens
frame.
too, which doesn't exactly help
Right.
anything. Hang on a second. Let me get rid of that green
Oh
screen.
gosh.
That is this person here. That one there. There you go.
That is what the clerics of this particular, well, a version of this goddess must wear.
Aravis sighs and says, "Your mistress can truly be cruel." And he'll say, "Well, if you ever need help coming out as a goblin, I will be there."
I can't come out of the closet as a goblin. It'll ruin my reputation.
I have to say, I respect you just as much now as I have always, which is
You never
admittedly
respected
not very
me.
much.
I think that's the joke. I think
You.
that's the
Bastard.
joke. I respected you
Do you
just
know
as
how
much as
difficult
I
it is
did
to
20
be-
minutes ago.
I'm gonna be honest,
know how
I'm losing no
difficult-
respect for you.
Do you know how difficult it is being a goblin in today's society?
Do you know
Having
how
to lie
long?
to yourself.
Do you know how long I have to put on this makeup for without anyone seeing? It's difficult work.
I don't even have a mirror. I have to do this by
Permanent marker
touch.
on your lips?
That's yeah.
If it's
It's
not, that's impressive that you've been able to do that.
it's not. It's actually all over the place. But whatever.
Do you know how long it takes to get
I
this
will-
put together without
no.
a single compliment?
The only one who's seen this is Aravis. I will put back up my cloak
Yeah.
and my cowl, and I am a halfling again.
Well, since he's eaten the rest of my cake, I'll go get a little bit more and then we'll look for
What do
another.
you mean,
Okay.
rest of your cake?
So
You ate the rest
You're
of
not
the-
sharing?
I'll tell him where the cake is, too.
while all that was
Did you not take
happening,
some cake?
More?
while all that was happening, Volric, you went in exploring, and what you could see at the other end, besides some cupboards and some cabinets nearby, you can see two double doorways on, I'm calling it the north, although, like I said, cardinal directions are weird. Two doorways on the north wall. But you also see this, the round wall to your side, to the right-hand side, there is an opening where a vine is kind of like flopped out of it and wrapped around this cake table. So you can go into that, into this round space where the
I
vine
already
is.
went into that room.
So inside there,
I've already moved Volric in there. So I was like, I would like to know this place.
you see this massive beanstalk with vines kind of crawling and twisting its way up, holding aloft above you, about the base of a tower about 20 feet above you, and kind of akimbo, kind of at an angle. This beanstalk is holding this tower up, and it looks like it's actually grown right out of the ground and ripped the tower off of its moorings, and is now holding it aloft 20 feet above you. The tower itself is somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 feet tall, all being held up by this beanstalk, and you are at the base of the beanstalk.
Oh my. He like goes and gives like the little, like, he'll walk up to the beanstalk and give it a little knock. You're doing a mighty good job holding up this place. And just give it a little knock. And then like he marvels at it for a minute. And he's like, well, Dottie's not here and I'm not climbing that ship by myself. So and then he walks out the room again. Boop.
All right. And so, after having enjoyed a little moment of just simply marveling at it, you go back into the room just as Scraggs and Aravis are making their way back into that room from the servants' quarters as well. You guys feel fairly relaxed in this space at this point in time. However, Dottie.
Hello.
However, Dottie,
dangling from space.
You flying into? Are you flying all the way into the space, or because all you've done so far is look inside?
So, how long would it take me to ferry my party over to this area?
Longer than you have.
Okay, so I won't do that.
And strength. Strength checks all around.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'd like to especially check out where the stairs lead downwards.
All right. Okay, so you step in, and now that you've got a little bit of a better vantage point of this this study space, is what it looks like it is or was at one point in time. You notice a little murmuring off in one corner. As you look over and behind a desk that is in this space, you see an elderly lady wearing enlarged doll's clothes, long spindly arms, and a long hooked nose. As you see, once again, Skabatha Nightshade.
Fuck! Oh my god.
And she looks up to you.
Hey.
What do you want?
Peace out! Peace out! Peace out, dude! Peace out!
Hey. I fly away.
Okay.
I would be outie.
So you fly back out over the void, past the now suspended knight that you've met, the mustachioed knight. Where do you go?
Back to the last place I saw the party.
All right, so you go flying all the way back to the balcony, looking over your shoulder, and she has come to the explosion in the wall, and is now looking outside it as you curl back away, and she ducks back in. As you go fly around the corner and back into the servants' area. And as you get back to the servants' area, you see actually Scraggs and Erebus starting to walk back towards the to a room that you haven't even realized exists yet. But they're walking through a doorway inside the servants' quarters, and now that you see them there, you land from your fly, walk in somewhat hurriedly and maybe a little nervously. To follow Erebus and Scraggs back in, and what you see is the same thing. The vine wrapped around a cake, a chunk of cake taken out of it. Volric also on the opposite side of the room. Having just been...
Behind me.
Huh?
I didn't do anything.
Why are we hiding you?
So I went flying around the place. It was a lot of fun. I found a dude who was, basically, he was frozen in time, and there was an explosion, and he was like, ah! And then, so, one of the hags was here, and she saw me, and I was like, hey! Hoping that maybe she would be like, hey, everything's okay. But it looked like she was about to hurt me, so I flew away.
Well,
For fuck's sake! I run up to this door, and I kick it down.
Okay, which door?
This one.
Alright.
I just hoped you would be like, hey, it's all in the past, I forgive you for killing my sisters, but apparently that's not the
Dottie,
thing.
no harm to you, but if you even laid a finger on one of my siblings, I would have you strung from a tree. Never mind a hag.
Alright, so you open up this that door. Kick actually the door open. It's not locked, so it's not hard to use. And you see this corridor that extends out in front of you. You do see a little opening off to your left, but then at the end of the corridor, around 70 feet down, it turns left. And that's what you see down this space.
I'm gonna turn back to the rest of my squad, and I'm like, well, we better get running then. if one of the hags are here, we have to figure out where the fuck she is.
And actually, just gonna do a quick little look up here. Nope, because they don't know. Where is that information?
They're also going to be looking for us. I can sense within the ether.
Let's see here. I'm pretty certain you have a blink dog with you and a darkling elder as well. It's just kind of following along.
We do.
Yeah.
We have a blink. And we have Elder. He's called Hush. And he's like, he has 2 little daggers and he's like, I guess I could kill things.
Oh yeah, my son.
That's the one.
Your son!
Yeah, so he would have been watching you over the edge of the balcony the entire time, leaving Scrags to his sleep, so Scrags wouldn't have had any interruptions. However, they're all going to follow you down this corridor if that's where you guys are going. Is that where you guys are all going?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you get your way down that corridor, let's see here. Let's get Dottie over there too. And Scrags is no longer sleeping, but you do see a stairwell that seems to ascend back up. And Dottie, you could, because you've flown over this stairwell already, you know exactly where the stairwell is going. It's going to one of the towers, which makes you feel slightly nervous because towers might actually be attached.
Oh, relay
Attached
the
to what?
information.
Attached to, that's a great question. Dottie, explain to what it might be attached to.
So Dottie would describe everything she saw from above. So all the different towers, how they connect, and then also the room that she was in with the dude, and also the desk where Skabatha was, and how she was interested in the fact that it led both upwards and downwards.
Well, we're here for the cauldron, and the hag would know exactly. So if we threaten her life, maybe we can.
Volreg is already running up these stairs.
All right.
True. I thought about it. It was just the fact that I was alone, so I was like, ah.
Oh no! Don't fight the hag on your own. You did the right thing.
So
I will
as
follow Volrek.
So as you lead the party up Volric, you go up the stairs and again see another circular space, much like you have seen previously. This one being empty at first, but you do see another stairwell that seems to lead up to another tower off to your left. And so continuing on your way, without anything inhibiting your path, you go straight up those stairs. And in this space, pardon me, you do see another pedestal. This one made of rotting wood this time, though, in the middle of the room. In previous ones, you had one that was made of vines, another one was made of stone. This one's made of wood that has obviously seen age. And, there's a lawyer at law giving us a follow. Thank you very much for the follow.
But it was... I thought... Like, you see this rotting wood?
Boom.
Explosion sound.
Yeah. This is how it goes. Yeah. But as you take a look at this pedestal, the other thing you notice on here is a small red coffer on top of it as well. Yeah, and it's got... Yeah, so you could... Yeah, red coffer on top of this pedestal.
I'll just go up and take it, and if there... Is there any other exits or entrances around this room?
Just the way you came in. And Erebus, you're immediately behind Valdric as well.
I'll just be looking out for any danger.
The blink dog, Winky, kind of at your heels, kind of going...
What do you smell?
Huh?
Good boy.
I'm not going to speak about
squish
this
his
again.
face.
I'll take the red coffer, and I'll look back and be like, nothing else here. And then I will point him to get the fuck out of my way, or I will charge him down.
Now, are you opening said red coffer, or are you just going to carry the whole thing with you? As it's...
Oh fuck, I forgot
big is
coffers
it?
are like big. Let's leave it up to the dice, shall we? Don't we love D&D and my inability to make decisions? We're opening it.
Okay, so you open it up, and inside it you see this plum-sized jewel. Again, much like the other ones, although they were different colors, this one is ruby-colored. And you can
Aww.
pluck it out, have a look at it. And you
I'm
recall
gonna regret too.
last time, in order to be able to get your elder or your blink dog, it had to be knocked 3 times on something.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to regret this. And he knocks it 3 times on the wooden pedestal.
All right. Hang on.
One of these is gonna be an enemy.
Of course it is! It's gonna be this one! It's my luck, the one that I pick up. It'll be like, do you want a red dragon
As soon
to come
as
down?
whatever is out, Erebus will shout, "You're a mom!"
Oh, God.
All right. And so many papers. So many papers. Right. Okay. Cool. 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 Yep. Okay. So as you knock it, it kind of pops out and this small, even smaller than Dottie creature with a massive iron boots and a red cloak that comes to a point behind it, and this nasty, scraggly white beard appears no bigger than this. And she's like, and just kind of whips out this sickle-like thing and starts coming at you. Go ahead and roll some initiative.
Motherfucker.
You're a mom.
Bulwark would take the first shot against Erebus.
Okay, let's get ourselves our tokens in the right spot first and foremost. So that is... I gotta move you guys to the right spot because right now the only people up here are Volric. Where's Volric's token? Oh, there you are. Volric. And this creature, and Erebus.
Oh
So,
no.
there we go. Oh, that was... Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, okay, so let's... And he's coming at you, so he's going to be right there. What is going on with that? That's just going to be annoying, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. So, solved. And let's bring over... Now, the only ones who are coming in here on this one to see this are going to be this person, Huzzah, and this person. So, let's pull up a map so that we can see what's going on here as well. Bing. Huzzah. And we're going to do a little bit of an adjustment on our layout so you guys can see this a bit better. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing. Got it. Alright, so now, let's get my lovely creature out here. Those are all my named creatures. I need my not named creature. Bing.
You mean this is not your creature?
And